So trying to do everything up front is giving people a sense of comfort because they feel like that's what they need, but I don't think it's very effective. This is PMP. Who's done PMP? I guess we might have a couple of PMPs. When you did the PMP, you must have read something like this.
Oh yeah.
What a wonderful book.
Oh, wonderful.
Rita Mulcahy's PMP exam prep, right? Project management training for everybody else. So PMP is the project management professional. PMI is the project management institute. And this is what they teach. You have these, you have to, what's it called? Initiate a project, plan a project, execute a project, monitor and control a project, and then close a project. And it's this kind of very structured way of doing a project that's highly generic. Bits of it are useful, but you spend like a load of time learning this thing, earned value, and all these calculations that you have to do that nobody uses in real projects because nobody who hasn't done the PMP exam understands what they are. So you kind of end up with this jargon. Prince 2 is a similar thing. Prince 2 is another sort of project management sort of structure that people put on things, very stage-gatey, lots of sign-offs along the way. It kind of grew out of government work over in the UK, I don't know, 20 years or so ago. Those things are fine. I think if you want to prove to people that you can pass an exam in project management, go ahead, do your PMP. It will probably bump your salary up a bit. Right? It's not a terrible thing from that perspective. But if you try and manage a project the way that PMP tells you to manage a project, I think you will end up like John or me, in that hospital bed with stress because you're trying to do things because someone's told you to do them instead of because they're going to have impact. And that's why I like this cartoon of a horse designed by a committee. Right? I think PMP is a bit like that. It's trying to be all things to all people, and it's trying to be so generic that it'll fit everywhere, but that makes it so generic that it's not useful anywhere. The other thing that's really interesting is that senior people, and I've been a chief information officer, they love methodologies because they give them the illusion of control, right? They have this idea that if we've got a PID signed off and if we've got requirements signed off, then we'll be in control, and when the project goes the way that we said it was going to go at the beginning, it'll be done, and I'll be a brilliant leader of people and it'll be amazing, right? But that's not what happens. What happens is it gives you the illusion of control. You're pretending to have control of the project, because if you go back and look at project initiation documents, that the project was started 2 years later when the project is finished, or 18 months later on a 6-month project, right? The thing is different, right? Everything's different. So trying to do everything up front is giving people a sense of comfort because they feel like that's what they need, but I don't think it's very effective, and I don't know, I mean, you guys are kind of operating in that world at the moment. Is there some kind of, well, I think that's why a lot of the agile stuff comes in, because people kind of recognise that you don't know everything at the beginning of the project, right? It's the worst time. You know the least about the project at the beginning. You're going to know more as you go through it.